Okay, so we're live now? Good.
Yep.
Move that over here. Bringing that there. Okay. Welcome to episode 193 of the Geeks for the Win podcast, the tech and gaming podcast from thegeeksforthewin.com, where we cover all things geeky. I'm your host, William McDonald, and I'm joined with my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror, the Sleepy.
Yes. Both shows are going to be a little late because, well, one, I didn't want to record on Wednesday, which is our new day for this show, because it was my birthday. And,
right, you don't want to record on your birthday. No, that's...
Well, I was kind of hoping that maybe, I don't know, something would happen. I'd find something to do in the real world, but nothing happened.
Oh, yes, I absolutely understand. Like,
Nothing happened, and I even tweeted, I should have recorded tonight. So, and then yesterday, as of this recording,
I fell asleep and didn't wake up until almost 9.
And this isn't the first time. This has happened a few times.
Yeah, to both of us, though. But you were just like maybe 10 minutes late. I was 3 hours late.
Yeah. The last time I was like 20 minutes late. Yeah, so.
Yeah, and we could still record then. Yeah, me, no.
Yeah, so. But show is going on now, so. I guess, what have you been up to, Stuart?
Well, Destiny. Been playing that. You and I both beat the story together. Story, in quotes there. Because there really wasn't much of one.
Yeah, that's true.
Like we probably spent on Twitter the next day. Like a bunch of us were all on there, just like there is no story. It is barely there.
And then all the defending people came out and said.
Oh no! I also posted something on Reddit about it, and oh my god, the stuff that I got there, like, oh, you're just you're missing the whole point of the story. You didn't tell me what it was.
They even told us a couple times. This is just
the first chapter in an amazing story.
Yeah, they even told us a couple times that, we could tell you what's going on, but we're not going to. That was a couple times they did that.
Yes, and those were the exact words. I could tell you about the darkness that we fought. I could tell you about the great battles. But I won't do any of that.
It's like, yeah, the thing that just pisses me off so much is at the very beginning, your little ghost, the ghost or whatever is like, you were dead, you're back, I brought you back to life. We need to get you a gun so you can defend yourself. And it's like, wait, hold up, I was dead.
Yeah. Go back to that. Why was I dead? How did I die?
I was dead, and you're the ghost. What?
Yeah.
So, that's something there. I don't know if you listened to the latest Open Forum Radio, but they had a couple people from the Gamer Husbands on, and one of the guys was like saying, I so wish Knox was there, and I told Knox about this. He was talking about how like he doesn't understand why people are comparing Halo in this, because he thought Halo didn't have much of a story to it and whatever, and I'm thinking, what? No, Halo had a story. People loved the story of Halo, and like.
Actually, Halo 1 didn't really have much of a story.
And according to Knox, the first the first bit of it, there's real story, is heavy story related, and
There is more story in Halo 1 than there was here.
maybe it didn't have an in-depth story, but it had a story.
No. All their in-depth stuff came later, and that's actually what I kept getting, getting thrown back at me. I was like, oh, Halo didn't, Halo's in-depth story came later in the books, in everything outside of the game, and that is actually true.
Oh yeah, in depth, all the lore and stuff like that, but it still had a story to it. The game still had a story. It just, you just got a lot of extra lore stuff and, whatever from the books and all that stuff, extended universe.
The story in Halo was, hey, we crashed on this ring, we gotta get off of it.
I don't know, just hearing Nox talk about it. I have never played the first Halo. I'm going to play it with when the Master Chief Collection comes out, so I can't really... I'm just taking Nox's word for it, because he's...
Yeah, like I said, there was indeed more story in Halo 1 than there has been in Destiny so far. And I absolutely know that they're going to add more later. It's just that, hey, this is our first inkling into what that story could be, and we get nothing out of it. That's kind of like, oh, this is just first chapter. No, this should be treated like the first book, not the first chapter. The first book of a series.
And there's big debates on whether or not, we're going to see a Halo 2 come out in a couple years, or if they're just going to add on to this Halo, because that whole 10-year... Destiny, yeah, Destiny. Because that whole comment is like the franchise. They said the franchise is going to be 10-year thing.
I kind of hope it's all in expansions. Because I think
I do too.
Cool. I
do too, because it's like, I don't want to have to buy a whole new game. I'd rather pay whatever for the expansions, but I just don't want to have to, if I want to go back and do old stuff or whatever, I don't want to have to, buy a whole new game, because
I do want this to be kind of treated like an MMO, even though it's really not. But like WoW, that you had the initial game and it was just added on to. That's kind of what I want this to happen, and the fact that the expansions are called expansions. I mean, not even like add-ons, but they're expansions. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real tricky situation, because you have Activision Blizzard, who can go either or with the Call of Duty route, where they have a new one every year, / the we're not saying that Destiny will come out with a new one every year, but I'm just saying they could go towards that way, where there could be a whole new Destiny 2. Or they could go the Blizzard route,
And that's what I hope they do. I hope,
I do too.
Like maybe like every year we get another expansion. Yeah. Are there actual dates on the first two?
I heard.
I know their names.
Is December. I heard the first one's December and the second one will be February.
Okay. Because I know I have the first two. Because it came with my pre-order.
I do too, yeah. Because we got the Guardian Edition or whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, Destiny. And I was listening to Cheap Ass Gamer, and one of the guys really made a good point. And he was like, if there was more to do in the game, like if there was different stuff than just go here, whatever, shoot, and he also mentioned like the loading times. I mean, it just takes you out of. It's not MMO, because you've got to you do a mission somewhere. It's like, oh, I have to go all the way to orbit, and then have to go if you want to go to the tower to do whatever, you have to go to the tower.
That was actually Star Wars, The Old Republic, but.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you could actually go on your ship in the old Republic. It wasn't just
Right. Yes,
load.
they're not. I'm not saying that there wasn't enough to do it. It's just that loading time comment.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I mean, it'd be better if you could go on your ship. I think people would like
I
that
think
a
that'd
bit
be cool.
more. I think it would hide the loading wouldn't be as big of a problem because if you're doing a mission and then it's like, okay, we have to go, you have to immediately when you get done with the mission, you can't just go do another mission on the same planet. It kicks you out to orbit automatically.
And then you go right back to that same spot you just joined. You just came to that planet down on.
Yeah, so I mean that can take up a lot of time, and I didn't really think about that till I heard him talk about that. So if they could fix that, that would help, and if there was more to do, like we probably wouldn't notice the story, the lack of story as much.
Right, or even like different game mechanics, because the game's all the same damn thing. Like every single mission was the same. Hey, you start here, you end here, and when you get to the end point, Dinklespark's going to say, hey, I need to scan something, and you're either going to fight a big boss or fight a bunch of waves of enemies.
Yeah, I mean...
That was every single mission.
I hate to do this, but, they're the creators of Halo. This has somewhat Halo feel to it. Somewhat of a, in certain aspects, so you're going to compare it, but why couldn't they have done some kind of, like, because in the Halo games, there were certain missions where, like, what was it, end of Halo 3, where you had that, where you were all on the Ghost, I think? Was that Halo 3?
Yes, that was Halo. Yes, that was Halo 3.
That was awesome.
And at the end of Halo 1, you're in Warhog. So...
Yeah, that was so cool doing that, with 3 other people on your Ghost. I remember I was in a group who wanted to try to do that on either like the hardest difficulty or whatever, and it was challenging, but it was something different, than just kill these enemies. It changed things up.
Exactly.
So I mean, I think that's I don't know if I think we'd still be kind of upset about the story, but we wouldn't notice it as much if there were more stuff to do.
There's the missions are the exact same damn mission over and over again.
Yeah, so because there's the lack of something more to do, we're focusing on the stories more than we probably would.
There also needs to be trading.
The first
auction house would be nice. That'd be kind of cool.
Definitely. But like the first Borderlands, there was kind of a story. There was a story, but it wasn't really that in depth. Not nearly as much as like the second one was. But there was a lot to Borderlands to where we didn't care that there was not a huge in-depth story. We liked the sense of humor it had, the mechanics, the gameplay was fun. So we just wanted, I remember when that came out, a lot of people were like, man, I want to know more of this. I want to know more of the story. It wasn't like it was more of a we want more of this because it's good. But Destiny seems to be like, what we want a story period. Yeah,
we just don't know anything.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't know enough to know if if we don't. There's not enough to intrigue us. There's just enough to confuse us. It's like Lost. No, I'm kidding.
There's more of a story to Lost. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, and like Bungie's like, but there's raids now. Yeah, but I bet you the raids are just hard bosses. It's the same thing we do in strike missions, only they're harder. They're a lot harder.
The first group to do the raid mission, oh my god, the stats and stuff on that. Did you see that?
They died like 1,000 times. Like I said,
1,600 times.
Yeah.
That was like like what was it? 1,600 times in 2 hours, so that's like 160 times, or in 10 hours, so 160 per hour. So that's like, I think that ends up being like 2.5 deaths a minute. Like that's just crazy. Like, and they
And
got they
I
didn't really
saw
get
I saw a
anything.
video today of a group doing the whole thing in 2 hours.
Oh yeah, they said now that we had kind of a strategy, it seems like maybe 3 hours. They said in that interview, but like they got like nothing out of it. The first group who did it, they got like shaders and rare materials. They said
Yeah,
that kind of sucks. That kind of like, I don't know.
but that does kind of remind me of WoW, though. I mean, I've done a couple WoW raids and I got nothing out of them.
Yeah,
So
I'm wanting to. I'm trying to get my character enough to do raids. I think I'm at.
last I saw, you were 24.
Yeah, I think I'm at 24.
Yeah, that tweet that you sent out that you got uh,
I got an exotic,
an exotic. Yeah, that was
an
like yellow.
orange.
What is yellow?
I was playing with Death from Above, and like he just sent me a, and I was like, okay, sure. And I added, I originally just meant for that tweet to be to Henry and Ace, because like we sent them invites to join us, and they both were like, no, and so I was like, see what y'all missed, pretty much. But let's see.
Yeah, I'm still 21. I need to farm.
Yeah, but yeah, I got three purples, and like two of them were ended up being blues, and it was
Did,
like the last purple I had. I was like, please be a purple, please, and then I was just like, I got an exotic, and Death from Above was like, really? That's cool, and I'm like, no, inspect me, so I'm not bullshitting you. Look at my character.
Now, were you doing this at a farming spot?
Yeah,
Or
the Earth one,
okay.
that cave thing.
Yeah, I probably spent maybe 2 hours there, and I got maybe two blues.
I think when the more people you have, and also
It's also a lot easier with more people.
did you level? Did you switch the levels?
Did I switch levels?
Like you can click on the.
Oh, to go to hard? No, I didn't.
Yeah, we didn't go to the hardest one, but we went to, we went to, what was it? Somewhere in the middle. We didn't do easy anyway, so.
Okay.
And there was.
That may be yes. But I will say this, that public event that actually drops on top of your head if you're not careful.
Sometimes it drops on your head, sometimes it drops.
Well, it depends on where you're standing, because it dropped right on my head one time.
Yeah, that happened to us one time.
You can do that one solo, which I think is nice.
Yeah.
But the one that where your Glimmer farm is, you cannot do that one solo.
I did that solo, and I ended up
Ow!
I here's the thing. I ended up even record that. I got one of those tanks.
Oh!
And I just kept following that dude, and
Okay.
it took a while. It even in one of those little tank things, it took
I
a
can
while.
imagine, yeah.
But I did that, and I think I got gold because of it, or what. And I was just like, Xbox, record that. Like, I want proof, because I'm 25 now.
Okay. I'm still 21.
I think part of my exotic leveled up, so yeah. I think maybe that did it or whatever, but yeah.
What what I read you really need to do is get rep up.
Yeah, I'm trying that. I'm close to rank 2.
See, I'm not even rank 1.
Yeah, you gotta do those missions, those bounties.
Yep, bounties and the Crucible will also get you some too.
If yeah, sometimes, but yeah, I
Yeah,
need
but
to.
it's the bounties that get you the rep.
I need to get spin metal, cause like for this my Sunbreaker's gauntlet. God, I can't. Oh, so cool. Because especially when I do the melee, you can see the orange. You can see the orange of the gauntlets and stuff. Oh, it's so cool. It's just a reminder that, oh, I love it. But yeah, it requires like spin metal and what else? It requires the ascended shards, which I don't have enough of them to upgrade the next, I think, 2 upgrades. I'm gonna need a few more of those. So yeah, but man, I was just so shocked when I saw that. I was like, wow. But and I currently I have 9 strange coins. So
Wow.
because I got a bunch of strange coins at that same time off of blue engrams.
Ah.
It was like strange coin, strange coin. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. At the very least, a strange coin is, they'll add up. But so yeah, I've, they what is it? I guess, have you been doing anything else besides Destiny?
Yes, I've been playing a mobile game actually.
Oh,
Spider-Man Unlimited.
oh,
That came out.
that was the one around
Oh.
E3. I saw an article about Spider-Man Unlimited, and I'm like, ooh, trailer. And I went to watch it, and I was like, oh, it's a mobile game. What? Why are they? This is announced at E3? Really? What? And then I
Yeah,
forgot
there's
about
actually
that.
quite a lot of hype around this that I don't quite get, but I've been playing and it's pretty fun.
Isn't it just like
It's a
the
it's
Temple
it's a
Run?
runner just like Temple Run, yes.
Yeah.
But there is a story to it though.
More of a story than Destiny?
Absolutely. Because it actually does tie into Spider-Verse.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they're tying everything into that.
Yes.
Like
As they
comics,
should.
animated, I guess the mobile game, like yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
you
cool.
can basically you can pick earn new Spider-Man. Right now, I think what I'm really kind of my main should say it would be the Mangaverse Spider-Man. You just kind of run in this, one of these 3 lanes. You pick up vials, and you try to stop the Sinister Six from keeping a interdimensional doorway open that could destroy the world. And Shield is pulling in different Spider-Men from different universes to help out. But it turns out the Sinister Six is pretty much just, or I'm only on what they call issue 1, and I've just been fighting a bunch of different versions of the Green Goblin. One time he's green, one time he's the gray goblin, the Menace, but it looks the same, only different color palette. It's not bad. It's free, but there are microtransactions with it. Like your continues are this little crystal that you sometimes earn at the end of missions, and if you don't have any, you can of course buy them.
every mobile game has microtransactions now, so it's not much of a thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You can only do 5 tries in 10 minutes, and then you earn another try. So every 10 minutes you get another try, and it maxes out to 5.
Yeah. See, I've got actually a little solution for microtransaction games. There's this app called, what is it, Google Opinions, and you download it, and like every now and then they'll give you like maybe a five questions has been the most little survey thing that'll pop up on your phone. It's like do you own this console? Click yeah. Just like 5 questions is and they give you like different amounts like 30 cents, 52 cents, stuff like that in Google Play credits. So I just, whenever one pops up, I just do, hey, okay, this, and then I accumulate, like right now I think I have $2.82. So if I ever need to, like I do the mobile game I go to the most is like the NBA manager whatever thing. So if I ever want to, do microtransaction there, it's like, I can do the dollar 25 whatever, because I have that credit that I got for free from just maybe a minute worth of work. So that's a tip, people, to kind of get around that a little.
All right, I might check that out.
Or if you just want to have credit to, I don't know, get a song, get a paid game, something like that, it's a cool thing. I mean, like I said, 5 questions maximum, and they're kind of short. It's a nice interface. So, but yeah, I saw it was like Temple Run, and I'm just like, I didn't like Temple Run.
But this is Spider-Man though, so it's actually more than just running, because every now and then you gotta hey, you gotta swing here, so you gotta time the presses to swing just right, or he'll climb up a wall and you gotta tilt the phone, which doesn't always work.
So you're a Sunkist drinker.
Yeah.
I just noticed there's like 6 cans right there?
8.
8? I can only see like 6, so
yeah.
Just a random thing, but so anything else you've been doing?
I think that's it.
I've been playing Destiny, of course, but I've also been going back to Warframe. We now have a trading post in our dojo, and we also have one of the hallways.
All right, cool.
The things I ended up doing stuff to get that. Gonna work on. I don't know what I want to work on next. The obstacle course or the like combat training thing where we could go one-on-one with each other.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a tricky one, but I'm going back to that because it's fun. I mean, I went back to it. I saw.
I plan to.
We were wrong. The revives, you get your revives reset every day. So that makes it so much better than what we thought. And
yes.
We didn't think it was bad.
We've talked about that, so yeah.
So that's awesome in there. I've got stuff that I almost traded something that I have for like 100 platinum yesterday.
Wow.
But
that's more than you start out with.
Unfortunately, I didn't have enough like credits for the tax.
Oh.
So I wasn't able to do that just yet. So that kind of sucked. But the fact that you can do that. You can go to the little trade thing and be like, look, I just looked for a couple minutes and saw someone say, want to buy this, and I'm like, I have that. And I hit them up, and yeah, but unfortunately I didn't have that. So, you can get platinum that way. So that's That's pretty cool. So you don't really have to buy the microtransactions. You can
That's
actually
cool.
play it free. You can play it totally free if you want to. So
So as soon as you do that, are you gonna get a cool shinobi cape like Nox does, like Nox has?
I don't know. I don't know. I need to
Or
level up.
that's actually probably enough to actually buy a Warframe, isn't it?
Some of them, yeah. I'm just gonna sell the. I think it was the Rhino chassis. If I can sell that again, I have that and the helmet. If I can sell those and get the platinum, I'll just use the platinum to, I guess buy certain components and stuff to build up our dojo, our clan dojo.
Yeah, I haven't played since the last day that you and I both played together.
Yeah, it's really fun. I really like it.
So I know I need to rank up because it didn't give me a chance to. It was like, hey, you're gonna go rank up. Here's the loading screen, and you failed. What?
Yeah, I'm rank 2.
That's the rank I was about to get to, and I'm like,
The pistol one was easy,
I didn't
especially
get a chance.
even though I don't have a pistol. I have the throwing knives. So
Same here.
that was really easy. Way easier than, the first one where I had to use my bow. So, which my bow is awesome. I love that bow. But I guess the next one I'm assuming would be your melee weapon.
I think so. Yes.
So I still need to level my guy up to where I can.
And then I think number 4 is an obstacle course.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Like the next couple after that one are obstacle courses.
Okay, so yeah, that game has a lot to it, like a lot of little things that, there's not too much story in that game, but there's a lot of different stuff to do in that game.
Yeah, just like Destiny, there's no story, but somehow, there's those little things that just make that game.
I mean, there's a crafting system, which I really wish there was more of a crafting element to Destiny. I mean, the most you get is, I guess, when you dismantle certain things, you get parts that are needed for upgrading.
Yeah.
But that's it. I mean, that's really, it's just, you accumulate the stuff and then you just press a button. There's not and you just have to, just get loot and dismantle whatever, and there's not do go to this planet because this planet has these resources,
Well, there is that, but I mean, it's nowhere near like a Warframe.
Yeah. I mean, I love the craft. I've never really played much of a, mini games with crafting systems in it, but it's kind of it gives you more to do. Like it's a goal.
I think the best crafting system in a game that I've come across would have to be the one in WildStar. That I think is the most unique crafting system in any game.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because like you get like this circle, and like cooking because that was the one I did. You have to find which kind of a spice and how much of a certain kind of a spice.
Oh, is that the one you can do the different like different careers?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I've heard of that. I've heard of that. So I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, you like find like a certain kind of spice to maybe like change this, this steak to this spice steak. Actually change up the recipe just a bit, by adding spices and salts and that kind of thing. And I thought it was really unique. And I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. But yeah, and especially because Warframe also they have these. They're starting to do these quest things where it's like, okay, do this, go here, do this. Like it'll show you you can do this mission and get the Rhino chassis, and it'll be like, it'll be a little bit harder. Like instead of like it'll be like survival, where you have to, or not survival, but defend, where you have to defend the one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of 5 rounds, it'll be like 10 rounds.
And then you get a rare mod, and then on the last wave you die.
No, I've had better luck with that though. I have, so with those, so that's something. I unlocked a planet that's not a planet a normal planet. It's called Sedina. So
Okay.
It's not a Mars, Venus.
Could be a moon.
Yeah, maybe I don't know, but it was after Saturn, I think. So.
That's what I was thinking. Like Saturn has a lot of moons.
Yeah, so that's something cool. That that game really is kind of uses the same environments a lot too, just like Destiny. But like I don't know,
but those change though. It's a tile set that is random.
Yeah. Yeah, the location will change every time. Yeah, that's what's really cool. It's like the what was it, the director on Left 4 Dead 2, where you go through like a graveyard and the path, or a maze or whatever, and the path changes every time. It's pretty much like that, but for the whole level.
Yep.
So it keeps it a little fresh. It's not like, okay, we got to go down this hallway, we got to go down. It's like, okay, we got the waypoint. The mini map says we have to go here. We don't know if there's going to be through that door 2 security cameras, or if there's going to be a group of people, or we don't know what to expect. So
out of this cave, 5 will spawn. If you stand here long enough, you can just farm them. No, you can't do that.
Yeah, I was hanging out with a friend today, and I was telling, we went to visit one of our other friends, and I was telling him, because he for some reason he pawned his Xbox One, and he was like, I have to get it back, or whatever. And I'm like, okay. But I was like, yeah, you should check out Warframe. It's free. It's very similar to Destiny, and it's really fun, and it's free. So,
free is good.
He seemed to kind of get excited about that. So, but yeah, Warframe's so good. I'm looking forward to playing more of it. Hopefully once Destiny's, maybe, I don't know, maybe sometime in October. Well, no, God, there's so much going on. But
I bet you there'll be a bunch of people playing Warframe for Extra Life.
Oh, I hope I want us to play for Extra Life.
That will happen.
Yeah,
that will happen.
Yeah, because I'm hopefully by then I can have more of our dojo set up. Man, when I went to try to do that trading with that one person for he invited me to his clan's dojo, and wow. I recorded.
You're right. Just gotta be all wide.
You need to check out my clips, because there are a couple when I went Xbox record that, because I wanted you to see their dojo. Like, wow, dude. Wow. It's big. It's really big. It's amazing. It's crazy. So, but yeah, I guess it's time for news, Stuart.
News, because news has happened. All right. World of Warcraft, or I should say Blizzard, is taking a lot of old World of Warcraft names back.
What do you mean by that?
People who have not played in like 6 years, and just they've got good names, but they can't be used.
Usernames.
Not usernames, but character names.
Okay, I got you there.
They're taking some names back. So if you haven't played in 6 years, I think that's as far back as they're going. Your name might be in danger, but then again, you haven't played in 6 years, so you probably don't care.
Man, I wish other services would do that, like Xbox Live. God. Or, God, Twitter. There's a lot. I wish Twitter would do that.
Twitter does have something, like, if you can prove that that person is not using that account and has had it for a long time, then you can get that name.
Oh, I gotta look up how to do that, because, yeah. Joined June 2008. There's no tweets. He's following one person, which is Mac Rumors Live. It is at William McDonald. No tweets. Like, I don't know. And what's weird is he's no, actually that's not the weird thing, because someone I knew back like a few years ago is following them because I guess they thought it was me or something. Because I can see one of his followers is like, yeah, so I need to do that because I would love to have at William McDonald.
Yeah, I think that is possible.
Then yeah, I need to look that up because yeah, that's one of the big ones I want. So, anyways,
So yeah,
that's a cool thing.
World of Warcraft names. I think my most favorite name in World of Warcraft I have a shaman that I never play. I just have the shaman to squat the name. It's called Don't Squeeze the. As in, don't squeeze the shaman.
That's funny.
I thought so. I was like, that is a throwback to a commercial from when we were little and before we were born. So I thought that was clever.
Yeah. Well, good on them. That's you rarely see stuff like that happen. Once takes a name, normally it's just
Fred might become available soon. So, real names have been gone since the beginning, since like week 1, day 1 probably. Real names are gone.
Yeah. So, that's cool. I like that. Good on Blizzard for doing that. Hopefully more companies will do stuff like that, because that needs to happen. Because these as we get along with services and stuff like that are going on for years and years and years, and there are people who signed up for something for just to try it out and decided they didn't like it and it hasn't used it in how many years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're just squatting on something like the Twitter thing. I'm William McDonald. That's my legal name. So I mean, it's not like I'm trying to be selfish and steal like Steve Jobs or at Steve Jobs or something, crazy like that. It's just
right.
I use Twitter constantly, and the person who has it doesn't use it. So yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we should also tell the other William McDonald about this too.
No. If he listens to the show, then he's more than welcome to try to get to this before me, but I doubt he listens to the show.
I don't think so either.
So, and plus, didn't we confirm that he's like my future self? But
I think so.
He's British.
Yeah.
Somehow he's British, but he's my future self. So, yeah, I remember that. That was a funny joke. So good on Blizzard. I like that. I approve.
Well, something you also might approve of is 343 is thinking about bringing Halo Reach and ODST to Xbox One, which would mean the entire Halo collection will be available on Xbox One.
Minus Halo Wars.
I forgot about Halo Wars. The entire Halo collection will be on.
That's also I've seen that happen. I've seen that pop up, the Halo Wars thing, in a few rumors similar to this too. That's cool. I don't think this warrants like I don't think this warrants what's it called release a separate standalone thing. I think maybe they could release these as digital add-ons to maybe the Master Chief Collection or just digital releases of each game, because I don't think those two are enough to warrant $60.
No, no, absolutely not.
Especially when you're releasing 1 through 4. 1 has been remastered, 2 is being all kinds of crazy stuff, 3 and 4 being up-resed.
I think so, yeah.
And plus you get the TV series, and I mean they've added the story playlist mode, which that's gonna be so cool. It's like do a playlist of all the driving missions or stuff like that. I mean that's gonna be so cool. Or like all the big bosses or stuff like that. So I mean that's putting all that for $60, and I don't think you can even come close to charging ODST and Reach for anywhere near that much. So
no, I actually was not a big fan of ODST.
I liked it. I mean, it was.
I liked that we got to hear Malcolm Reynolds in it, but
It was good. I liked it. It introduced Firefight,
yes.
Which I'm hoping I heard this on another podcast, and I'm hoping they bring Firefight in Halo 5. They bring that back, because that was really fun. And
I don't see why not, because that's really popular.
Spartan Ops was a hot mess.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping for that. But yeah, I think that's the reason why I loved ODST so much, was that Firefight was just so fun. And it was before you were able to do add God mode or whatever stuff that add all the different multiplier type stuff in Halo Reach.
Oh, the skulls, yeah.
Yeah, where you're able to be like, oh, we're super powered and stuff like that. So there was more of a challenge to it. Because I remember playing Reach and being like, oh, well, yeah, we can do, all rockets, and stuff like that, but that's not as fun,
All rockets is fun. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, it's not the same type of fun. I kind of like having a group, trying to get through, the challenge of these waves of enemies, working together, the horde mode type aspect.
Yeah.
Because you got to work with your group, and I like that stuff. So, I mean, all my favorite stuff is that, call it like Nazi zombies, pretty much that.
Yes, it is.
They've branched out on that, but yeah. So, but that horde mode, Firefight. So yeah. Destiny needs that. Destiny needs just a mode where you can just, waves.
I don't see why it doesn't have it. Because it could absolutely have it.
And I think people would love that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. What else? What else we got?
That's all I have.
Okay. We'll go into Destiny, since we've been talking about it, and I have a topic. They've detailed their next 2 in-game events. One is supposedly out now. I haven't logged on today, so I haven't seen it, but, what is it? Combined Arms, I think?
Combined Arms.
This is not the... Man, I wish I had the other... I can't remember where... There was another article where it showed, more...
It focuses on vehicular combat with heavy ammo dropping more regularly.
Yeah. So that may be interesting. I mean...
this seems like it's a weekend thing, like...
Salvage.
Like Salvage was.
Which, is Salvage back this weekend? Because...
I don't know.
A couple days ago, I picked up like I think it was on Wednesday I picked up a bounty that was like complete 5 missions in salvage, and I'm like, oh wait, salvage isn't available, so I can't do this bounty yet. What? So I've been holding on to it because I'm thinking maybe that means it's gonna be a weekend thing. Maybe, I don't know, but
I kind of do like the weekend events that they've been,
oh, I love the salvage.
You can only play this playlist on this weekend.
That was my favorite.
There's only
yeah.
this one merchant only available this weekend, only on weekends. I like that. I think that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, oh yeah, especially the strange coins merchant, because that gives you time to it's like, oh, I've got like 4 days. Like right now I have 9 strange coins and I want to get something, so it's like, okay, I have till the end of Saturday, because he disappears on Sunday, to somehow accumulate enough to maybe get something from him. That gives you that's something that that's a goal I have in the game now. So I love that too. Yeah, but yeah, that salvage mode was really fun. Like that's my favorite. That's my favorite PvP thing.
I played it once, and it was my first win in Crucible, and the only shutout I was ever in as well.
I mean, it's pretty fun. I mean, because it's 3-on-3,
and you can revive your teammates.
You can revive your teammates, and it's like it's not just like what is it, Control, where you have to. There's 3 known It's like there's certain locations, but it'll be random.
It's search and destroy.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, so I mean I like that, and I did good in that, so that's probably why I liked it. Versus like playing Control, which I'm starting to get better in, but I'm just not liking it as much. Actually, free for all, I hate free for all. Oh, I love free for all in like Black Ops. Because I don't know, things just seemed more. I was talking to a friend about this. I mean, in a game like Black Ops, it just seemed more balanced. It seemed like everybody was on the same.
Way. The Crucible just feels insanely unbalanced.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played a game where it felt like this.
Like I can throw a grenade at someone and it could kill them, and I can throw a grenade at somebody else and it'll barely get past their shield.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, what? That's just insane.
I think Gear maybe played too much into the Crucible. Because, I mean, kind of like in World of Warcraft, PvP, I absolutely suck at. But I can actually get kills in Destiny, which in World of Warcraft I cannot.
Yeah, but free for all is just that's too much for me. I can't do free for all unless it's like a bounty or something, or unless it's one of the, because I guess the different Crucibles they change it up to where up now Control you can earn XP, or now Rumble you can earn XP, or
Is that what the ones on the side are?
I don't know.
Because I notice sometimes, like, if you're looking at the overall map, like you can see like a couple things on the side.
Oh no, those are different. I'm talking about like if you hover over to like select, say you want to select Crucible, like if you hover over it and it says like you can earn Crucible gear, Crucible reputation, whatever. There will be one that says you can earn XP, and it will be like the green, written in green or whatever. I think it's green. That changes like between the different ones. Like once it was on once it was on Rumble, and then last night it was on Control and so forth. So it varies, I guess, to make people not play one type over and over and over again just to get XP.
Right. Do you know what those ones at the side are?
I think those are for when you go to the strike stuff, those are the weekly and daily strike missions. Maybe those are weekly and daily something. I don't know. You can hover over them if you go all the way over. So
I don't know what they are.
Has that always been there, or is that like something recent?
I don't think it was there on a day 1 or 2. Just something I kind of noticed like maybe a couple days ago.
Okay. I'll have to check that out. But so yeah, that's this combined arms thing. God, I'll give it a shot.
The next raid I think is starting on Tuesday.
The next raid.
The Queen's Wrath.
Oh yeah, that is that a raid? Because
I believe it is.
Isn't this where's the description for this? Queen's Wrath. I don't think this really says anything about the Queen. Starting on Tuesday, the Queen's Wrath goes live.
I don't know what the symbol is. It might be
the
symbol for raids.
The ruler is calling in that favor you owe her and throwing new bounties your way along with challenging mission modes.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that sounds. I don't know. It could.
And it runs until October 6th, so it's not infinite.
Yeah. So hopefully it's not like you have to be 28. It's recommended you be 28 to, but like I'm 25, so I just need to do a little more to get to 26, and I can maybe we'll find one more exotic piece, and I can get to maybe 27. But I don't expect that. I just want some purples. I want some more. I don't have a purple. The only purple I have is my Warlock Bond that I got from one of the
what you buy
Crucible persons. Yeah, and that adds nothing to your. All it does is help you get reputation for whichever faction or whatever you choose.
Yeah, that's why I said we need to get reputation, because you can buy purple gear once you have rep.
Yeah, I'm past rank 1 for Dead Orbit or Dead?
Yes.
Yeah. I chose that because I don't know, it just sounded cooler than the others.
I like the couple of the guns that they offer.
Yeah. So yeah, I think they plan on doing monthly content, like different content every month, like different new playlists and new stuff. I've heard that. So we've had the Vault of Glass. This week we got that. Last week-ish we got the salvage stuff, and it says September itself will be rounded out with a salvage playlist before October starts with one called the Iron Banner. So if they can keep doing this stuff, that'll be fun. I will definitely, but like I don't know, man. Like it's there are a lot of people who are really trying to defend this game so much, and I'm just like, why? Like we're not. I mean, we're talking about it on the podcast, but do we really tweet out ourselves like, man, this game is story sucks so much. We'll just respond to someone who's, but we're not like making a habit, and because Golf Rat from I think Zombie World Order. He used to be on Talking About Gamers when that was a thing.
Oh yeah, I knew who Golf Rat is.
Yeah, he yesterday I think he compared 2 reviews from the same site or whatever of Titanfall and Destiny, and Destiny was was a bit higher than or no, Titanfall was a bit higher than Destiny, and he's like, oh man, this shows you that Microsoft is paying off, whatever. And I'm thinking, I even responded, I'm like, no, Titanfall was fun. Titanfall was a refreshing pace from the FPS genre. Its only problem was it just didn't last. Like, it, after a few weeks, it kind of dropped off because people kind of. I mean, so I can see how, like, it's when it first released, how it got good reviews because it was fun. It was enjoyable, but it's, reviewers, they don't come back, a month later to be like, I'm going to update my review because
some do. Some do.
That's a rare thing, though. So I can see
it usually happens with MMOs or long-running games.
Yeah, but I can definitely see why, Titanfall got a good score when it initially came out because, that's the initial, impressions, the review of the game at that time. At that time, it was fun. It was different. It was.
Which do you think had more of a story, Titanfall or Destiny? I'm actually going to vote for Destiny on that one.
I think I would have to, yeah. Yeah, because, but you weren't playing, you didn't get Titanfall for a story. You knew there wasn't really a story in Titanfall to begin with, going into it, because, it's an all multiplayer game. They said, oh, there's kind of a story element to it, but it's mostly just all, they said, we're going to tie the so-called story into the multiplayer. There's no single player. They told you that straight up.
Right, but you still expected something.
And you got something, but, that's not what people didn't get that for us, a story.
Some did.
Did you get it for a story?
No.
I was about to say.
There's a guy I work with. He only buys games for stories. And he only buys Call of Duty. I'm like, dude, you're not getting game stories at all. It's like, I only play it for the levels, man. Like, the levels are good.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess the stories used to be kind of good in Call of Duty. I heard Ghost was just complete garbage, though. Like, I've heard the story in Call of Duty Ghost was just utter garbage.
I don't even know.
I don't know either. I never picked it up. I'm sticking to my, I'm going to wait for Treyarch, because I like the Treyarch Call of Duties. And the fact that, Black Ops and Black Ops 2, I like those. Not just because of the zombie stuff, but, I played the multiplayer, I've played the multiplayer quite a bit on those to where I prestiged a few times. It's fun. And with Treyarch getting, an extra year because they're doing this, 3 developers now, I'm really kind of interested to see what Treyarch's going to do with that. So when people say, oh, Call of Duty, I'm done with it forever, I'm thinking, oh, no, I'm waiting to see what Treyarch has because they've proven themselves the last few times. Because, World of War, I loved World of War. Black Ops.
I did too. I really liked World of War.
Black Ops 2, loved it. So they haven't proven me wrong yet. So give them an extra year now, and, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. If I get it and it turns out not to be great, then it's like, yeah, I think I'm done with Call of Duty for good. But, there's that one last hope with them.
For me, that was Black Ops 2, and just didn't care. So.
Yeah, I loved Black Ops 2.
I'm out.
But, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, that's cool that Destiny they are gonna support it with more stuff, but I hopefully one of these months, like, one of the new things they're gonna introduce will be the story. That'd be cool. Or at least a way to view those grimoire cards in the game.
The grimoire cards don't even they don't tell you much either.
Well, I mean, at least that'd be something. That'd be some kind of effort instead of, oh, you got to do Grimoire card. Check out Bungie.com for more info. Like, that pops up every single time. Check Bungie.com for more info. And yes, you can use the app, but, like, I don't know. Personally, I don't really like those type of things, those codexes or, the little... I don't really look at those, but at least that'd be something for the people who do, because there are people who love those things.
Yeah.
So, or at least add maybe audio logs
who read all those and make some kind of a video for the people who don't want to read them.
Exactly, or like I was saying, do something like audio logs or something, or I don't know, something.
Yeah.
But because it has potential, because some of the cutscenes,
and I think we will get it at some point. It's just not there right away, which really sucks.
Because the Awoken Queen, it's like I want to know more about her. She seemed, because that seems like an interesting, weird character. Like she's talking like Gollum, stuff like that. Like she's like it. Referring to you as it, and referring to her in the third person, and she's got that Gollum speak.
That's royalty.
Yeah, but I don't know. It reminds me of Gollum, because Gollum speaks just like that. But different reasons, but still. And I can't really think of a different example of that. But anyways, let's see, what else I got. Oh, I did try out the Smash Brothers 3DS demo. It came out.
Yeah? It came out today? I thought it came out a couple days, like maybe a week ago.
No, it came out today.
Tons of stuff, like screenshots of people who've been playing. Like, is the game out? No?
It's out in Japan, I think.
Oh.
Yes.
That's
and there's been an issue with like people getting banned on accident because like when they play like
because there's a Peach? Glitch. There's a glitch with Peach.
Princess Peach, yeah. So that's kind of funny in a way.
And it's hitting the servers as cheating.
Yeah. So I don't like it. I don't like playing it on a 3DS. I was kind of worried about that. Like, the buttons on the 3DS are just way too close to each other, and it just doesn't... that little analog nub just doesn't seem... It's just not as good as, like, a regular controller, or, like... I don't think I'm going to pick this up now. Like, I would highly recommend you check out the demo before you...
Oh yeah, I'm going to download it tonight.
There's 4 characters. No, there's 4 or 5. I think there's 5. There's Mario, there's Link, there's Pikachu, there's...
Star Fox?
No, there's...
No?
Not in the demo. There's Mega Man, and then there's... I think some villager from...
Oh, from Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. I want to say Mel, or... I don't know.
No, it's your character. It's the character that you play in Animal Crossing.
Okay, I don't know. I just know it said, like, something villager, and I'm like, oh, I guess that's from Animal Crossing. Yeah, I played Mega Man. I don't know if like just playing on a 3DS, Mega Man just seems... I don't know. I don't know if it's just playing on this, but I did not like playing as Mega Man. Link was a lot better. Link was a lot better. Maybe because I knew his style already, because I've played him in other games and stuff. But I just don't like... it just does not seem like a game you can... It just does not seem like it's good for the 3DS. Like, The 3DS is not meant for fighters.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
So, I don't know. Maybe. Well, no. The new 3DS probably won't be any better. So, but yeah, I'm not gonna pick it up. Like maybe like in a year or so when like maybe other people have picked up a Wii U and because I know like I've heard certain people in our community is going to be picking up. They said they're going to pick one up for Bayonetta 2 and a couple other games and stuff like that. So maybe if in a year if there are other people who have it, I may pick it up for the Wii U. But like I don't think I'm gonna with all the games coming out, in the next 6 months. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I just don't have time to pick up a new game for it. So, let's see what else. Hold on one second.
All right.
There we go.
There you go.
I'm back. So let's see. Next topic. Something that came out of just came out of nowhere. A game that I'm excited for. NBA 2K15, which 2K14 is one of my favorite games of this generation.
I wouldn't say it came out of nowhere because you knew this game was coming out.
No, this feature.
But this feature is actually pretty cool.
You're going to be able to scan yourself into the game with I guess the Kinect and the PlayStation camera.
That itself is nothing new.
Yes, but the way that's doing it looks decent.
Detail.
Yeah.
That it's doing this is better than anything EA has right now.
I mean, that's just the thing with 2K. Like, they continue to innovate when right now they don't really have to because, the only competitor they have is NBA Live and, like, I've mentioned before and I think I've showed you the comparisons of it, last year's Live versus last year's 2K that, the Live looked like a PS2 game.
Yeah.
Like, the graphics were horrible. It just was not good. And, apparently Live is supposed to be a little better this year. The graphics are a lot better and whatever.
It won't require a manual to play.
Yeah, but like 2K, they're adding, cool new stuff and they're innovating even though they're top dogs. It's kind of like, and they really don't have any competition right now. I mean, there is another basketball game, yes, but they really don't, so far the other one has been garbage for years. I mean, last year or 2 years ago they didn't even come out with one. Last year they came out with one. It was just awful. So, this year who knows? But, it's really cool. I'm really looking forward to this. This is gonna be cool. This really is gonna be fun. And
I'll tell you what, the guy in this trailer about the whole face scanning looks ecstatic. As he's scanning his face, he looks high as fuck.
Yeah, I noticed that look is just like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know, but this is pretty cool because I remember what was it? I remember back on the PS2, there was a Tony Hawk game where they were having this. They had a thing where you could send your. I think you could go on the website, do some kind of picture thing, submit a picture or whatever, send your memory card in, and they would.
I remember that.
Something like that, and I always wanted to do that, but I was just like, I'm not gonna send my memory card. Because.
EA has what they call game face, and they've had it for years. And when I started playing FIFA 14, my game face was uploaded from years ago. So I put it in and I'm like, oh my god, that thing is hideous. Oh, oh man, I'm not that ugly.
Yeah, so it just wasn't good. It's just not good quality.
Not to the extent that this is.
Yeah, and
This actually makes it look like it fits in the game. Game face,
it looks.
You can tell that's a game face character.
It looks pretty good. And, we all know Ubisoft had the Vision Cam you could use for Rainbow Six Vegas.
Yes.
Or was it Vegas or Vegas 2? I don't know, one of those two. But
Vegas 2, I know.
Yeah, so
I don't know about Vegas.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. I'm really excited about this. Because this, I still say this is one of the best looking games of this console generation. Like, it looks so good. Like, it almost looks like real. Like, because they bring. I've seen like in the past months, I've seen articles and stuff of they brought in Kevin Durant they brought in so and so to motion capture these. They bring in the stars, and they at least the big ones, and they have them record lines for the game. They have them doing motion capture to get their little qualities, like the way they walk, the way they do certain moves and stuff. I mean, they put a lot of work into the 2K games, or at least the NBA 2K, and it just really shows. It really does. I'm excited. I really am. So I think I may get the physical copy instead of the digital copy, which I know I've said I'm going all digital, but just because Kevin Durant, the head of Oklahoma City Thunder, is going to be on the cover, and I kind of want to have that physical piece to put with all my other Thunder stuff. So
all right.
I want to have it just as a to add to like my Thunder collection of stuff. So I think that'll be like the only disc I own, unless Black Friday comes around and like Diablo whatever edition is like on sale real cheap or stuff like that. I'll probably get the discs of if they're having sales. Where the Diablo whatever Ultimate Edition for $20. For example, or whatever. But yeah. So I'm excited about this. I really am. And it has me so excited for basketball season, but yeah. You have no reason in hell to be excited about basketball.
Nope, never have.
You had there was a possible reason, because the Indiana Pacers Indiana Pacers were good. They were like, they were like 1, 2. They were easily top 3 in the East, but
take your word for it.
In a matter of a couple months, they had so many things happen. Like they let one player leave, one really good player leave. Then they had their star player get injured, and it's brutal. But anyways, 2K15, I'm excited. I really am. And just the stuff I've been seeing about this game, they have they've brought in like a lot of the NBA commentators. I think they have they brought in Shaq and this other guy that commentates with who commentates with Shaq and stuff like that, and they're there in the games, and it's just a lot of little things they add to it to make it just like to make it seem more real, So.
Okay.
I mean, when you have the actual like commentators and stuff that's commentates in real life basketball
It helps
in the game.
Yeah.
That's
I understand that. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. But I guess my last topic is something that our former co-host Henry Knox might like, because this is like right in his backyard. Frisco, Texas is considering $1 million to build a national video game museum.
That is awesome.
That is pretty awesome. Like Frisco, Texas is right outside of Dallas. Like it's a little suburb area, like, you know, right outside Dallas. You know, there. I've gone to a concert in Frisco. I've gone to a couple places. You know, it's right there. So I hope this happens, because it'll only be like that's only a 3-hour drive for me. So I would definitely, you know, there's a lot more other stuff I can do around the Dallas area, but and this would just be, because I know there's like, you know, there are a lot of different museums, like the Pinball Hall of Fame and other video game related stuff like that, but they're all like in Ohio or somewhere else, or just, you know, places like that are just so far away from me. Or Vegas, you know, or whatever.
Right, yeah.
But so yeah, this would be really cool, and I really hope this goes through, because, you know, video games are, you know, the video games have evolved quite a bit.
Yeah, I've actually been to a couple museums that actually have like wings for video games, but this will be the first museum dedicated to video games.
I think there are other ones out there.
This one, not in this country. This article you have.
Okay.
Says this will be the country's first video game museum.
Yeah, well, I mean, the video game, like, I in this country, yeah, the like general video game museum. But like I said, there are like stuff like the Pinball Hall of Fame and stuff like that are,
right,
you know, like subgenres, I guess. You would call pinball a video game, right?
It's not. No, I don't.
Because I mean, it has a lot of the good ones have, like, you know, video screen that has animations and stuff like that.
Right, but you don't play on a video screen though.
I guess. Well, some of them you can interact with it, but yeah, I don't know. It's a game, like,
yeah, but it's not a video game.
It's a cousin to a video game, I would say. It's in that family.
It's in the same family I would put the claw machine with.
Well, but it's more of a video game than like a board game.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so.
It's electronical, but it doesn't.
It's an electronic game.
Screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and I do want to someday go to one of those pinball ones to see all the awesome arcades, you know, pinball arcades machines there are, you know, like see the Terminator 2 and then immediately see the Addams Family, and then immediately see, you know,
Black Knight.
Yeah, and then, you know,
Star Trek.
And the Kiss.
I've actually played Terminator, Star Trek, and Addams Family. I've actually played all those.
I've played Terminator 2. That was a fun one. And then, you know, there was an Indiana Jones one, right?
Yes.
And then, what was another one? Well, like I said, like Kiss. There has to be a Kiss pinball table.
I'm believe
sure.
You're right.
So, I mean, just I do want. That's on my bucket list. That's on my bucket list to go see that. That and the Hershey Chocolate Factory.
Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Yes. Which I have I ever told you about my Hershey story?
No.
My dad's, what was it, like 20th high school reunion, something like that, or 15, 25, I don't know. I think it was something like, it was some high school reunion, happened the month after 9/11,
All right.
and he went to school in Pennsylvania, and the Hershey factory stopped doing tours and stuff, and because of the whole 9/11 issue. So we were all excited because we were like, oh, Hershey, Pennsylvania. I was like, oh, I want to get the 5-pound chocolate bar, you know, and just it's just so. And then it was like, oh no, they're not doing tours because they closed because the 9/11 scare. They didn't close, but they stopped doing tours. So I think they're doing tours now, but just a lot of stuff just stopped because of 9/11.
Yeah. It was
So.
it was a big thing that happened.
Yeah, it was, but I'm just saying, 12-year-old me was all excited, and yeah, it was a bummer. Not to mention, I got stopped in line and frisked and checked, and I was like 12 years old, and they were acting like I was a terrorist, like
Yeah,
checking for
that's
bombs in my little backpack and stuff like that. Like, really? Really? I'm coming from Oklahoma. I'm a 12-year-old boy. Really? But I understand, but I don't know. Let's see. I guess that's it.
um TGS happened.
That did happen.
Did you follow any of the news that came out of that?
Um, Not really. I listened to Cheap Ass Gamer and Cheapy D. He lives in Tokyo, and he went there, and he was like, he was glad Microsoft was there because he says like it's not much shown there. He's like, you only need to go the one day because there's really not a lot goes on there.
The only news that I kept seeing, and it was just this talking about the same thing over and over again, was Final Fantasy.
Oh, I saw some stuff about Scalebound.
Really, I didn't see anything of that.
Was it the Platinum game?
Yeah, that was the one that during the E3 we were like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, that looks kind of cool. I'm not trying to get too excited about that, but I'm looking forward to hearing more about that. That looks interesting. But yeah, Final Fantasy. What about Final Fantasy?
Um, there's a Final Fantasy game coming out in April, but it's not 15. But the demo for 15 will be on this game.
Oh wow, they're going back to that stuff.
Yeah.
I remember back I remember back on like the PlayStation days where they used to have like, oh, get this game, and this game has the I think it was Brave Fencer Musashi had the Final Fantasy VII demo, and yeah.
So yeah, it's Final Fantasy Type 0 HD, which I think is a remake of a Vita game. And it doesn't look bad. I'll probably pick it up.
I don't know. Don't
Because it is for the Xbox One.
Final Fantasy games.
And the trailer for the new trailer for Final Fantasy 15 looks pretty cool. It looks fun because it was actual gameplay.
So when does that come out?
Um,
You said next year.
that's when this Type 0,
Is there a release date for that, or just next year?
April.
Ooh. Ooh. Actually, there really isn't a good time to release a game, really. Not until like May, June, because, we have all the games that was pushed back to like February, March.
It doesn't look like Final Fantasy 15 actually has a release date. Let's see,
Yeah.
Tape Zero HD. It came out on portable back in 2011. March. I'm sorry, it's March.
Oh, that's even worse.
Mid March. So.
Oh, because that's around that's around Evolve, Batman. There's a couple others. I need to pull up that list and look. But there's like six like semi big titles, coming out February, March. So yeah, which that's why I said the next 6 months is gonna be kind of crazy as far as gaming.
Pretty much, yeah.
So like
Which usually it stops, beginning of December is when the craziness stops.
well yeah,
No,
but
this one actually continues on past New Year's.
and you're gonna luckily not a lot comes out in December game wise, so that's gonna
True.
be like time to play the stuff because that Master Chief collection in itself is gonna take up quite a bit of time
Right.
because you're gonna have all 4 games to play through plus the the multiplayer.
Right. You're gonna
plus,
need that time period to one, Christmas, and two, actually save up for the next big run of video games.
that kind of sucks, that the fact that a lot of games a lot of these games are releasing late, or pushed after Christmas.
Right.
Because it's like,
I want this one. I want this one. Give me this one.
Like, I was gonna put like Arkham, the Batman Arkham game. I was gonna put that on my wish list. Because that's a game that I'm really looking forward to, but I don't really need to get day one. I can wait a little bit if I can get it for free.
Right.
But something like the Master Chief Collection, it's like, no, that's day one. So I can run through, Halo 1 and 2 with the group of friends, because I've never played 1 and 2. And I know Ace, I was talking to Ace Black, and he was like, man, I want to run through Halo 2 with you, because if you've never played it, I want to be able to know your reactions and stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's, I'm fine with that, we can play through all of them if you want.
Yeah, I absolutely have some fond memories of Halo 2, but the memories are mostly multiplayer, because that's when I got into online multiplayer games.
Yeah. So. But yeah, that's that. There really hasn't been much coming from TGS though.
I've seen some stuff, but I'm like, I don't care. That there's a Silent Hill trailer that I'm like, why would anybody want to play this? This is just, hey, you're not sleeping in for a month.
Yeah. Did you watch the PT stuff?
I've seen videos of PT, but I've not seen the Let's Watch. That's not a Let's Play.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one, but
I
I
saw
have seen some.
what was it? Adam and Joel went through it.
Yeah. Ryan, Lindsay, and somebody else went through it as well.
I didn't see that.
Like I said, it wasn't called a Let's Play. It was called a Let's Watch.
I did not see that at all.
Yeah, that was maybe Wednesday.
Oh, of this week?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to look for that. Okay. This Adam and Joel thing, this was like a couple weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. They even brought in Carrie to, and there was a whole thing where it's funny. It really is fun. Anything those two do is just, it is hilarious, because Joel is one of the most fun. I like Joel.
Yeah, yes. Well, I mean, Joel's caboose. Joel is just.
Yes, he's a smarter caboose.
Yes.
He's just as goofy as Caboose, and
yes.
So, but yeah, I guess anything else?
No.
Real quick, let's see. Oh yeah, Disney Infinity 2, Marvel Superheroes. That's a thing. Tropico 5 got delayed. Who cares? Well, there are some people who care. There are some.
I played 3. 3 was pretty fun.
There's a small, like, hardcore following of that game.
I'd say it's a bit bigger than you think it is.
Well, I mean, I say small as in compared to, like, a Sid Meier's game, small. It's not nearly as...
Not nearly as big, but it's still got a good number of people.
Yeah. Yeah, the iPhone 6 came out. Woohoo. A lot of people are starting to realize that, a large screen phone is not just because it looks big does not mean, like, how do you fit that in your pocket? I'm 5'8". My Galaxy Note 3 is 5.7 inches. It fits in my pocket perfectly. It's not too tight, and I don't wear, like, I wear normal pants. I don't wear
as long as you don't wear skinny jeans, you're fine.
Exactly. As long as you wear normal pants, you're fine. I'm wearing shorts right now. I wear normal jeans. I wear, I really don't wear baggy stuff. So,
if you are wearing skinny jeans, you should be carrying a purse anyway.
Exactly. And like I said, I'm 5'8", so I'm not a big person. I'm small. So, yeah. It's funny how a lot of people are talking about that. And I did look at an article today, like I did look at a review over the specs, and I'm kind of shocked about some of the specs. Like, yeah, it now has a 1080p screen. Yeah, that's something. It only has 1 gig of memory.
Really?
Yeah, it only has 1 gig of RAM. Like, I think yours has 2 gigs? Maybe?
I couldn't tell you the specs on mine anymore.
Yours is the Galaxy S3?
3, yeah.
I mean, mine came out last year. Mine has 3 gigs of RAM. Like,
I saw a video this morning. It was like one of those newscasts, like, hey, this person just picked up the iPhone 6, opens up the box and immediately drops it. I'm like, well, that's broken.
Well, no, yours has a gig of RAM, but yours came out 2012. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. It's kind of befuddling, some of the stuff that it's like they started, like, Apple started the way of the smartphones, the touchscreen. They made touchscreen so revolutionary. They made apps a thing, but like lately they're just not, like, they're just playing catch up really slow.
And
like when I saw
U2 on people is not the way to do it.
I mean, a gig of RAM, like that. That's crazy. When we have phones that are most Android phones have 2 or even 3. Like last year, this came out last year. 3 gigs. Like I don't know. But you can get a 128 gig version.
All right.
That's great. I don't see why.
What's nice about Android is memory card.
Oh yeah, like this is I think mine's a 16 gig version, but I have a 64 gig memory card. And
I think mine stopped reading the memory cards because it doesn't say it's
something cool that I got on like Amazon for like a couple bucks. This fits in my wallet. If I can get this sucker out. It fits in my wallet. You can, if you see, you can write like what certain memory cards are, and it's slots. It's little slots for, like, there's the little ones just to put the straight up micro SD ones in,
Okay.
And then there's the bigger ones for, like the normal size ones where you can put a normal one or an adapter for the
For the micro, yeah.
Yeah. So I've got I've got my old 32 gig I had. Actually, I have two 32 gigs. I don't know how I have two, but I think my mom lost hers, and then we had to buy her a new one, and then I found it or something like that. But I got
That's
that.
surprising.
I've got an old 4 gig, stuff like that. So I could just load these with music, whatever, and just write, and it just fits nice and neat in my wallet. But 64 gigs is
Williams
fine.
Dash.
64 gigs is fine for me, plus the 16 on board, especially with the cloud,
Right. Yep.
I do the Google Music, which is
I do too.
yeah, that I can just easily, oh, okay, I see there's, it's I want to listen to the Lego movie soundtrack. Download, listen to it.
Is awesome.
I listened to that today. I was in the car with a friend, and I'm like, you're not ready for what I'm about to play. And he's like, what? And I play it, and he's like, oh my god, that's from the Lego movie, isn't it? I'm like, yes. Then immediately I played stuff from the Ruby soundtrack, which is also on Google Music. So yeah, it's just click, click, and then it's well, I don't feel like listening to, it's I don't feel like listening to that anymore. Unclick, and I can always go back to it. I can always download it again. It's real quick, just press one button, download the whole album. It's yeah, I want to listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers. Okay, search, click, download. Space is not a huge thing anymore. I don't think.
No.
But I guess iPhone users are just, they buy stuff off of iTunes, albums. They actually buy it, and they have such a huge collection. They want to have everything on their phone. It's I don't need everything on my phone at once.
I do run into space issues on my phone a couple times because I do use my phone to read.
Yeah.
And that's, you can't really stream that kind of stuff, so, or you can, just you better have a good connection.
I don't know how the iPhone is, if you can maneuver through like we were talking about the Google Music, where you can just click a button to remove this whole album, or click a button to download the whole album, or I don't know if you can do all that stuff with the iPhone, or if you just would have to hook it up to iTunes or I don't know how that works anymore.
I'll have to talk to my sister, because my sister's the only one I know who has an iPhone.
But I mean, just on Android, it's just so easy to manage everything on the actual phone. I never have to hook this up to a computer. The only time I have to hook this up to a computer is if I want to transfer I went to a concert and I took video. If I want to transfer the video off of it, because I don't want to have to upload a 2 gig file, because the video.
Actually, you don't even need to do that, because there's a really cool app called AirDroid.
Yeah, but I'm saying if I want to just if I don't want to tie up my phone, with transferring that, because I can hook it up because it's USB 3.0 and just it goes quick, and it's okay, I'm done. But I never have to hook this up to a computer,
right?
Hardly ever, and I love that. That's what makes it, that's what makes it. We say, oh, this thing, my smartphone's a computer. It is a computer, because you don't have to hook it up to another computer.
True. Very true.
There's no need to hook this up to a computer, unless you're using it to charge off of a, So, yeah. So I don't know if the iPhones are still kind of tied down to iTunes.
I don't either.
I mean, if anything, that's the thing that they need to really work on the most, is making the iPhone not need to use iTunes. It just to be not to require iTunes, Because
iTunes sucks.
Yeah, that too. And I saw that you need like 4.6 gigs for the new update for iOS.
I saw there was a lot of people who were having an issue
I
with
heard
the new update.
I was in a party chat with like Henry and like I think Phoenix was there from, I don't know if he's at Post Game Report anymore, but he was on there for a while and whatever. And they were talking about needing a gig to whatever, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of a lot. And then I see this article that says 4.6 gigs needed for this update. I'm like, that's quite a bit of space for an update.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I'm not an Apple fan, but I would like to see them step up and take use of certain features. Most I'm glad they finally have NFC, because more things will now support NFC. Maybe we'll start getting at the checkout lines. The registers, the credit card readers will have the thing where you can tap and pay and stuff like that. Maybe that'll, now since it's in the iPhone, maybe that'll be a big push. And it's in my phone. I think it's in your phone.
Might be.
I think it is, because I think it was in my Galaxy S2 when I had that. So, but yeah, that, competition is good. I don't want Apple to fail. I never said I want Apple to completely fail, I've just always said it's not for me. And I've always talked why I like Android. But, yeah. So, and for example, Samsung is now, they're slowly starting to make their phones better build material, instead of just plastic.
Mm.
Like, I think the Note 4, the side, instead of like a cheap plastic, is going to be like aluminum or something like that now. Some kind of metal-ish feel to it. So, that's because there was so much criticism because, Android phones are cheap plastic, but iPhone is made of great material,
That shatters if you hold too hard.
Well, yeah, they use actual glass, I think, though, too.
That's shatters if you hold it too hard.
Yeah, that I don't think needs to change. So competition's good, and that's why that's why I'm not an Apple guy, but I still like to know what's going on there. I like to stay informed. So, I guess that's it then.
Yeah.
This has been, be sure to check out our website, thegeeksftw.com. I still need to update our, around the web section. I need to make a note on that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because we no longer have a Justin.tv channel, because nobody has one.
Right.
And Comics for the Win was a 2-part disaster.
Not a disaster. We just didn't continue reading comics we did.
Yeah. Which I gotta call out to any comic readers. Like, if there's anyone reading the current run of Captain America, I'm looking to get into that. Because I've heard Captain America lost his powers somehow, and he started to age real rapidly, and that's why the Falcon is now Captain America and stuff like that. I want to know. I want to find out when he lost his powers and all that stuff, because I'm curious about that aspect of it. I could care less about the Falcon, but I want to know the storyline behind how he lost his powers and all that stuff, because that seems interesting to me.
Phadios actually might be the person talked about that.
Yeah, I thought maybe, but I don't know if he's even catching up on that or not. But yeah, so but yeah, so I'm trying to get back into comics. I've been reading the Deadpool stuff, and the next thing on my list is Deadpool versus Carnage. So.
Ought to be good.
Yeah.
I want to read that as well.
Yeah, looking forward to, I think they now have the trade for that out.
I'll probably wait until that's on Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah, I know there's like a omnibus of Deadpool where it's that and other Deadpool stuff. I think I'm going to pick that up just cuz I want to get a couple nice. I don't want to have a lot cuz I don't have space for a lot of stuff, but I want to have a couple nice, hardback, Marvel type stuff, comic stuff, and put up on a little shelf, probably next to my shelf of figurines and collectibles and geek knickknacks. But yeah, our website you can find, of course, the link to this show. But you're listening to this. But if you're listening to this on, like, say, Stitcher, you could subscribe to us, on other platforms. If you ever leave Stitcher or whatever, there's links to that. Plus our other show, I Recommend, which, there's links to that where you can subscribe to it and all that. Our Twitter, our Facebook, good ways to keep in touch, to know when we have a new show out and whatnot, in case there are issues like this where we had to record late, so the show's coming out later, so that we'll tweet out, it's late, but here it is, so we didn't just skip a week, because I don't want to skip a week, because we're so close to 200, and I don't want
Right.
I don't, if anything, I wish we could do more than one episode a week. So, but there's just not that much news.
You just turn it into us playing video games, just a let's play. Have that be an episode.
Yeah, so true. And you can watch our let's play type stuff on our YouTube channel and our Twitch channel. Whenever Extra Life happens, you can watch Stuart on that, and I'm gonna put mine up on. I still need to.
We need to test out multi-Twitch.
That, and I still need you to help me walk through me about all the setups and stuff.
Oh, for XSplit,
settings and knobs and all that weird stuff. Because I did pull the plug and I ordered the Elgato HD 60, the new Elgato. So that should be. I think that's like a Best Buy exclusive. We're for right now. And Best Buy got it. They got it good, because I bought it today. I bought it this afternoon, and it was already shipped. I got an email saying it has already been shipped, and I'm like, I expected it to go through processing or whatever and not ship till Monday, but Best Buy, they I guess Amazon's competition.
Amazon scares them.
Yeah, so there's another reason competition's good.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'll have mine up soon, on the site, and we're gonna have it to where you can watch both of ours, same time, I guess, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, we're gonna test out the multi-Twitch.
But our YouTube channel, we're putting up stuff. We've had the Pixelmon series, the Minecraft, Pokemon, thing, mod, which that was fun. We need to revisit that again. I put out a Destiny how-to video, something I discovered just playing the game, a farming technique, which I'm really shocked I discovered a farming technique just on my own. I've never found stuff like that.
And it's a pretty good one too.
It really is. I had Henry, our former co-host, Knox broadcast, Knox. So I had him tell me, that I tried it. It works pretty good, and I'm like, yeah, it does. You get all kinds of you get those special consumables where you earn extra XP for every enemy you kill, and then you get those like network keys that are worth 200 glimmer every time, and I kept saying credits in that video, and I even made an annotation, where like I said credits again, but just because glimmer is just such a weird name. Yeah. And I played Warframe immediately. We played Warframe immediately before that, where it was credits.
Yeah.
And credits is just a generic term for that
currency
stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's pretty good strategy. I liked it. But yeah, so you can see stuff like that, and I'm gonna try to be putting out more stuff, and we're gonna try to do more stuff. So.
Yeah, I've got a couple Minecraft ideas.
Yeah.
Survival type stuff.
Maybe we could try to do a Destiny one.
Yeah,
maybe.
I've been thinking about that.
I'd love to maybe try to find like maybe somehow we can. Well, I'll talk to you about it. But I'd do like find someone else and do a strike mission or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk to you about the details. But yeah, just go to thegeeksftw.com and find out all everything there is to know about us, all of our locations, stuff like that. The few articles we do post, which I need to start I really want to start posting more stuff. I really do.
Me too, but I have no idea what to write about. That's always my issue.
Yeah, I think I want to start trying to do video reviews of games too. Cause yeah. So look, subscribe to our YouTube channel for lots of stuff to come. Cause I'm back in gaming. Like I took a long break of gaming for quite a bit. I really kind of became a casual gamer for a while.
You know what? I kind of did too. I was like, I'm just, there's not really a game like I just, because I look back at like the days I used to play like, Modern Warfare 3. Like I played it for fucking hours. I haven't done that in years.
Yeah, it'd be like Black Ops, then Borderlands, then whatever, and that'd all be just like 1 week.
Right? Yeah,
like 4 different games, hardcore and.
Destiny and Warframe, like those are games like I can just play for hours. Just keep going back to.
Yeah, and we're gonna start getting. We're gonna get Sunset Overdrive, so we're gonna be juggling that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're not, but most people, and then some people are excited about the Forza Horizon 2, and then I'm rejuvenated. I was in a funk because of personal life, kind of got me to where I didn't really feel like gaming much, but I'm back. I'm back, and I'm excited. I'm excited to be a gamer. So, but yeah, that's it for me, Stuart. What you got?
You can listen to other amazing shows like ours on the Open Forum Radio Network, which we are part of. You can listen to amazing shows like Open Forum Radio, The 40cast, Preview Point, The Geeks for the Win, this show. I recommend our next show, Movie Night ACW, that's Against the World, My Peanut Gallery, Tap the Craft, Married Gamers, Some Other Castle, Gamer Husbands Radio, The OMG Hour, and Gamers Unscripted. It's 13.
13 podcasts now. Yeah, that's great. And I talked to the OFR guys, and I'm gonna try to update their, network page for them. Put the name with the logo and description, and Twitters of each host and contact, and just. Because right now it's like openforumradio.com/network. That's the page, and I mean it still has our old Geeks for the Win logo.
The old green one.
I don't think and I don't think iRecommend's even up there. So that's a reason to update it. But yeah, I'm trying to get our network like featured on certain stuff like. The podcast app I used, Pocket Cast. They have a network section. I emailed them, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll, you know." I was just like, "By any chance, is there a way to maybe get a network?" And they're like, "Well, we'll give me the info, and I'll pass it along." And so I kind of need to get that page set up before I can. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, lots of podcasts. Like, if you're looking for a podcast, there's a podcast for pretty much anything in our network.
Pretty much.
I mean, Tap the Craft, a podcast about beer.
And then you got the 40cast, was just drinking in general.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's general conversations
Yes.
while drinking.
Yes, while people are drinking.
It's more entertainment than informative.
Movies, sex, television.
Yeah. And there's OFAR. They talk a little about everything, including sports, and like there's just great podcasts, and I'm excited. So, I guess is that it, Stuart?
That's all I got.
Alrighty, this has been episode 193 of the Geeks for the Win podcast, and we will see you next time.
Bye.